What's up? This is David Reyes, and we are here in Denver, Colorado. It's my home state, my city, and this is my mob first. We're hitting this DIY today since it's 100 and some odd degrees out here in Denver, Colorado. Tori and I built this fun ledge with a little wally before it, so we're gonna start here to not overheat. We're just gonna do my warm-ups. This is how I warm up. I do the flat ground 28. So it's kick flips, heel flips, 3 flips, front side flips, back side flips, front heels and back heels in all forms. You also just do everything prison style the first round. So it doesn't matter how bad you do it. It's kind of just get through it. So there might be some suspect looking flat ground tricks here. If I just did everything that many times, sometimes I do everything 3 times. Nice. Damn! Kick flips, heel flips, tray flips. Switch through the gyms. Fuck! I actually really suck at backside flips. Okay. Prison. Fuck. Nice. Now front heels. Oh. I almost died. This is a classic. Oh. Damn it. Prison. Fuck. Ah, my dog. 28. Come on, come on. The spot we're at right now is North High School, and this spot's special to me because it's where I got my first photo, and it's where I got my first ender for my first solo video part. And they've changed a few things. They've added this big pole, the rail's knobbed, and the fence is still chained shut, which is something that they always did, but we always knew some magic and opened it. So let's go look at it. Would you look at that? Phillips heads. Beginners. Easy takeoff. Easy fix. But then they got the big dog. Look how big that is. That's gonna be a doozy. Look at this. It just opens. What's cool about this spot is during the time, this was like a staple spot. And I had always wanted to do 5-0 on it. So in my first solo part in What Are You Doing, my ender was a 5-0. And I was terrified. It was like the scariest thing ever because you have to make this like 90-degree turn. We weren't bondoing shit at that time. So there's this fat crack, and then you gotta pray to the gods that you lock in because the rail is kind of steep. But that was my first experience of being like, I have a trick that could be my last trick, and it was 5-0 on this. The next story is John Bradford, who shot for Skateboarder magazine, was out here shooting an interview of Angel, and me and Angel were inseparable at the time. And so I was out skating with him every day, and we came to this spot, and I had already nose grinded it and nose blunted it. So we told Bradford this, and Bradford's like, well, why don't we go shoot a photo of the nose blunt? So we came back, and he shot the photo from up top here in these bleachers before like any of this shit was here. It was just this little fence. And he shot the nose blunt facing down, and that became my first photo ever in a magazine. And it was the contents page in a skateboarder, which is first photo, contents page is pretty wild. Another cool thing is this is the first of 5 high schools that I went to. And if you go into the front, there's 2 silver 7-stair rails, and that was the first rail that I did kickflip nose grind 180 on in the mystery video. And I still think it might be the only rail, round rail especially, that's been kickflip nose grind 180. So lots of firsts at this school. But first photo, first ender, first kickflip nose grind 180. First high school of 5 or 4. I quit. So fuck. I was doing good here too, damn it. But yeah. We're at the Aendales, and this is where I started skateboarding. I used to live right there in 3127. It's that middle one right there. I met Angel in this complex. I did my first kickflip in this complex. And Angel and I we went to a construction site and stole a flat bar that weighed like 30 pounds. And it was for sure like where they would cut wood and, you know. So we stole a valuable asset to their construction site and dragged it probably like 5 miles. And we used to set it up off this 2-stair. And that's where I learned how to crook. That was like where my first crooked grind went down. But before I did it on the rail, I learned it over here on this parking block. So on that parking block is where I learned how to stall board slides, stall 50-50s. And on this crack is where I learned how to stall like 5-0s. And like, you know, this is where it all started. Learning tricks on cracks in the ground and stalling them on parking blocks. And then I had my rail down the 2-stair. And we would set launch ramps up and all that stuff. And then this is the hubba I used to skate. So I would just nose slide that, wax it up, nose slide it, you know. We'd set wood up in this dirt and skate this as a drop. And this is where it all began. This is where I started skateboarding, the Aendales. So my first flat ground kickflip actually happened up here, and we're gonna go up there and I'm gonna go see if I can still kickflip. So, yeah, we'll go do that. Here it is, the infamous slab of concrete where I landed my first kickflip. Doesn't look like much, but to me it's everything. This right here as well, this is where I learned how to nose blunt, straight over the back. I also somehow one day did tail slide kickflip on this. This was obviously like years later, but still living in this complex. I used to do kickflip body varials and then was never able to do kickflip and stay straight. And one day, right here, I just kept my shoulders straight and I did one. And then I think for like years, I just would do like 50 kickflips a day. And just, I was so stoked. But we're gonna see if I can still do it. Now we're gonna do a kickflip body varial for old time's sakes. I don't even know how to do that. We can use all these. These are hilarious. Still got it. So yeah, first kickflip right here. And first nose blunt, if you want to count that too. Boom. But also, this is where I met Angel. This dude introduced us and said if we want to become best friends, we got to go bodies for 20 seconds. So we just beat the shit out of each other, no headshots for 20 seconds. And he was right, we became best friends, and then he just disappeared, never saw him again. Super strange, but that's all right here. And then from there, I had a crew to skate with. It's fucking badass. So wherever that dude is, thank you. Where do you want me? So it's much cooler out. It's 75 degrees versus 105 or whatever it was yesterday. So we're outside today and we're gonna start at Denver Park. This is where it all began for me, and I learned everything I know how to do here. At least the foundation of everything was learned here. And just for proof, I used to hop the fence here. When all the quarter pipes were still rebar, we would skate them as gaps. And I also have my name on a pillar as proof of one of the first that skated Denver Park lifer. So here's the peanut bowl. This used to be like a physical challenge. Who can ollie into the peanut bowl, top to flat, just fatty to flatty? I only landed the little part, and I tried the big one, and I died. Completely demolished. But a friend of mine did kickflip into it, frontside flip into it, 180 into it, all first try. His name is Scott Domianis, and he could probably still do it to this day. It's pretty fucking crazy. I think it's like 11 feet tall. So, but yeah, at one point I was able to actually skate this thing semi, do all like the connectors, you know, like back tail, back Smith, back disaster. Now I could probably maybe 15. So, but this is the one, this is the rocket bowl. This is the one that we used to skate into all the time. So this one I did like kickflip into, back 180 into, I probably nollied into it and like popped off the coping, you know? Like before I knew how to actually nollie, I would just do those like Jim Gagney little nollie pops into the flat. Over here is the 2-shoot rail. And this rail was the first rail that I learned how to, you know, lip slide, 50-50, 5-0, crook, nose slide. You know, first kink rail I ever experienced, you know, slapping onto it. If it wasn't for this thing, I don't know if I would be as comfortable with the majority of the basics as I am now. But this one used to just have intense games of skate, just learned crazy tricks on it, and this built my confidence. So, you know, then you got the big rail. And I ain't touching the big rail today, but I crooked that thing. And if you look, there's like a 95-degree carve-in, and crook on that was in one of my first Sponsor Me tapes. It's fucking crazy. But yeah, you know, the Euro gap's super fun. You get to just carve around the bend, pump some quarter pipes, and then do some Old Faithfuls up it. It's always fun. We used to do like trains of like 20 people just come around the bend, kickflip up it, and you know, it was just lots of great memories here. This is where it all began, and I hold it close to my heart, you know. So anytime I do anything, I always want to do it for Rado, because this place shaped the person who I am today. So, Denver bitch. Ready? All good. This was the first location of 303 boards right here. This is where I learned everything as far as, you know, what videos to watch, what skaters to watch, what gear to get, Reynolds ones, you know, all happened here. How to make a line in my grip. Sam used to shout at me and I'd run to the back and I'd open the door and they'd put water on top of the door. So when I would open the door, I'd get spilled with water. So they always just played pranks on me. The beauty of a skate shop, especially at that time, was this was my hangout. I would come here and I would watch videos religiously. And I would ask customers, why are they getting that board? And what's the difference between this grip and that grip? And what bearings are the best? And what hardware to get? And why do you skate an 825 when the entire world at that time skated 7.5s? It was like, this was school for me. This was my hangout. So, 303 boards. And now they have a new shop over on Colfax. Well, not new, but they hold it down on Colfax, which is the street I grew up on. Recently, I filmed an entire Colorado part. The entire video is made in Colorado, and that video is called Gold Star. And Coburn Huff made it, and it's one of the best videos, you know, you should watch it. I feel like during a time where skate shops aren't producing as many shop videos as they once did, creating Gold Star was kind of a catalyst. It was a plan to hopefully get other shops to realize the importance of a shop video and the camaraderie the crew has during the process of making that, but also to highlight that we are one and together we could do a lot of great things. So created Gold Star, and I feel like that sparked a fire out here in Colorado, but also amongst other skate shops to make local videos again. Because when I was growing up, that's all it was about, was shop videos, and can we make a better shop video than Kansas City? Or, whoa, Arizona, Cowtown killed it on their video. We gotta come correct. We were always in cahoots, and we always facilitated each other. And I feel like that's something we have to remember to do, is to facilitate each other in a time where it seems so self-efficient with social media and all that stuff. So enjoy Gold Star.